should be able to have a drawing that looks something like this. So this is an orthographic drawing with the front, the top, the side, and then an isometric drawing in it as well too. So let's see what we can do. So I'll take here's my design. I'm all finished. And if you haven't already, it's important that you have your, sorry, let me make it a little bit smaller so you can see it better. So it's important that you have all of your parts or pieces are components, not bodies. So remember, if you don't have that already, you go into wherever your bodies are, you can right click and say create components from bodies. Okay, so once you've got that, you're going to have your design should be finished, all organized, looking like this. And the first step, what you'll do is you'll go up here to this model section, you'll go into drawing and then say from design. It's going to ask you if you want it to be the full assembly or if you can select certain parts. For this sake, we want it to be the full assembly. Okay. The next thing down here is you've got these option of different size pages. So this is A4, A3. It can be all set up in different size pages. For us, we're just going to do A3 because this will fit nicely onto our Google Slides. I'll say OK. And then you have to wait a little while, but eventually it's going to open a new file that is going to be your drawings file. Okay, so see up here in the top, it's creating this new file. It also is going to give me, this is what is called the kind of parent view. This is the base view. So what I can do is I can, just to order it, I'm going to say front. Eventually this is going to be top and the side is going to be over here. I'm just going to click and it's going to stay. This is going to move. I can eventually later drag this box and move it around, but I'm just going to click it once and leave it there. So over here on this right browser in this drawing view, what I can do also is change the scale. See how it's quite small, so it looks like it could fit more of the drawing. I can change it and change the scale to see what I would like to kind of make it a little bit bigger so it fits on the page a little bit nicely. So I think that should be okay. I still got room for this bottom and this other side too. And there's other kind of options over here if you want to, you can play around with. Once you've got that done, you can even change it too if you want to look at it from another direction, but I'm going to keep it as the front for here. Okay, so top, there we go. So now it's in this is my kind of front view. Then I'm going to do what's called projected views. So this, I'm going to take from this parent view, I'm going to click on the parent view and then I'll just drag it down and now it's going to give me this top view. As you can see, I can move it around and it's going to give me different views from different angles, right? So for me, I want to do the top view and then over here, I'm going to do the side view, okay? And then I'm going to do this isometric view because it looks nice also. And now I could keep going, you can add more, but this is really clean and simple. So I'm just going to do it that way. When I'm done, I'll press enter and then it's going to give me these views. So you can notice this also thing that's kind of around the outside. It's a little bit distracting. So I can click on it and I can delete it. I can click on this and I can delete it. So now it's just purely the drawings. Okay. So here also I can go back and move these around if I want it to be in a bit of a different location. The other thing I can also do is with that parent view, you can double click and I can go in here and just, I don't know, say I want to change the scale to see how it looks, make it different, and it will automatically change all of them. I can change it to be shaded if I wanted. So see, the shading makes it look something like this, or I can just keep it with the edges and you can go around and play it. And I did that again by double clicking the parent view and it pops up. Okay, so you've got these different views. And now this is where it's really important that as you're designing, you're always using the exact measurements. Because what I can do is I can start dimensioning all of these things and it's taking it based on my design in the actual, based on the measurements that I did inside of my drawing. Okay, so here's one, and then I can do another one. There's, sorry, I forgot to mention too, up here, you can do it up here. You can click down and there's different ways to kind of do it. So you can specifically say, I want this angular dimension from here to here, and it can give me the angle here to here. I can get exactly what the angle is. I can also do these kind of linear dimensions where I click one point and then the next point, and that's where it is, 1 point, the next point. And so I can see, oh, I got to twist it a little bit more. That's not quite right. But I can use the angular one, or here's this kind of automatic view. And this one lets me, if I wanted to, I could just click on the line and then see it's giving me the dimensions of the line. So another way to do it, I can click this side and this side, this side and this side, and then it's going to give me that whole one. Or I can do it by the points. There's lots of different ways to do it. You can just play around and make sure that you make it clear. Okay, another one, see, I can do it over here and here, and then I can do it again here and here, and do it maybe from this outside edge. So here's this one to this one, and then I can see how big some of these things are. Okay, so you've just got to dimension the heck out of it. Make sure your dimensions go everywhere. There's also radius dimensions, or diameter dimensions. So I can go in here if there's a circle. There's other, don't worry too much about some of those other ones, but there's all of this. You've got to put dimensions everywhere. You need to know exactly, okay, so here to this side is 52, right? And then I know this one to this one is another 52, but then I want to show here to here, it's 104, so I'm adding all these dimensions. You can also go back in and kind of, you can go back in after you've done it, and I can move it. So say it's still, see I was in the way of this one? I can move it up just so I can make it a little bit easier to see. Same with this one too. I want to put that there. You can make it easier to see, okay? Keep adding ones just so I know. I can say here to here, this one is 25, and then show the overall one here to here, and then I can move it saying how big that one is, okay? So, and still again, same thing if I wanted to. Sometimes it gets stuck. I can just press escape, and then here's, again, I can move this around if I want it in a different spot. Okay, got it? And then once you're finished, well, one thing you need to do is you need to make sure you're saving. So save this. We're just going to leave it as a box drawing, so I'm going to save it. And it's going to be a file that will pop up over here, right? So I've already done another one, but it's going to be a file that will pop up here. Something else that's really nice about these is if you're inside of this drawing, and let's say, for example, I don't know, maybe you want to change the height of this thing just a little bit, maybe by 50, oh, maybe that's too much. Let's say just 20 millimeters, right? I just want to add that little thing on there. If I change it inside of the design, I can go over here, and then it's going to give me, oops, sorry. First I need to save my changes, so how I changed it to this design. Then I'll flip back over here, and this little link is going to pop up, and it tells me changes have been made for the reference design. You can update them by using the drawing button. So right here, here's this little link. I can update the changes. So if I click on that link, it's going to take a little bit, but see, now there's that little chink that has been added. And then what I need to do is go back in, and I can change any sizes, or I can move things around to see wherever it actually should be based on my changes. Okay, so it's pretty neat, pretty quick, pretty easy, but also super duper helpful. Okay, go back and save it. And then last thing to do to get it into your actual slides or in your portfolio, you can just screenshot it is the easiest way. You can output it as different file types, but screenshotting it is the easiest way to get it in there. So here's my screenshot. I just took it, and all is good. It sits inside there. Oh, see, there's this one popped out. The size is a bit different, so I can reassociate it, and then it should fit it in there. Okay. Actually, sometimes it's easier just delete it and do it again, so I get the right size. There we go. That's it. Okay, so that's how you take your designs after you're all done and the components are there, and get it into some type of a very simple orthographic drawing. Okay, thanks for watching, and see you next time.